In our first session, we explored ways of getting students writing. We examined various strategies like making lists or diagrams, and we engaged in a visual scaffolding concept map to help us organize and connect our ideas. This session focuses on elements of good technical writing that need to be shared with students. These are elements not necessarily on the rubric, but they help students convey their ideas clearly and concisely. Let's discuss audience. Students tend to write to you, their teacher, and when they do, they tend to gloss over details and make assumptions, hoping that you'll fill in the blanks. Help your students by choosing an audience that is an intelligent reader, but one without specific content knowledge, perhaps a younger sibling or a younger classmate. Consider the forms of writing that you will accept. Would it be appropriate for a particular prompt for a student to give you an outline? And if they give you an outline, how do they show connections between ideas? Or perhaps a diagram or a paragraph would be more appropriate to a response. Speaking of diagrams, a well-labeled diagram can convey a rich understanding for the concept. Decide if you will accept diagrams as a standalone entry, or if it needs supporting text along with it. Students should consider what you should learn by looking at their diagram. What will the labels, what does the picture convey to you about their understanding? Next, you should consider volume. How much writing do you expect? Well, greater volume of writing does not necessarily equate to greater understanding. Some volume is necessary. So an explicit conversation of what you expect in terms of writing would be helpful for students. And my favorite, vague language. Students love it, they, and them. It is blue. Do you know what I refer to? It was my binder that had my math notes for today. But without the specific details, that would not be apparent. Ask students to provide details and avoid the words it, they, and them, using specific math language instead. And along a similar vein are things that I call filler text. Statements like, I made lots of connections. I saw many similarities. It was really interesting. All of those statements make me wonder what was interesting, what were those connections, what was similar. And so those just make me really curious and want students to give me more details. So today, you're going to review the journal entry that you wrote in our first session, and you're going to choose some of the elements that we just discussed: audience, volume, filler text, diagrams, and you're going to choose 2 or 3 of those to review entries made by other authors. You'll be making comments in the Google Doc so that other people can review them. After you've made your comments, you will return to your original entry and you'll review the comments that have been left for you. And it's now your opportunity to revise your rough draft and make a better draft. So now decide on the 2 or 3 elements that you would like to review, and then follow the link to the Google Doc and review 3 of the other entries in the Google Slides. Then you can return to yours and read your comments. Happy reading.